Welcome, intrepid explorers, to a journey beyond the boundaries of imagination. In today's mesmerizing voyage, we dare to envision a world where the very foundation of human anatomy is transformed, life without the protective shield of the skull. Prepare to embark on an odyssey through uncharted realms of thought as we delve into the intricate complexities and startling possibilities of this audacious what-if. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join our community of visionary thinkers as we delve into the extraordinary landscapes of a skull-less reality. Life without a skull would be an extraordinary departure from the norm, fundamentally altering the anatomy and function of the human body. The skull, comprising the cranial bones, serves as a protective enclosure for the brain and sensory organs, and its absence would result in a cascade of significant changes. Firstly, without a skull, the brain would be left entirely exposed and vulnerable. Even slight impacts could lead to severe brain damage, rendering survival precarious. The brain's intricate neural networks would be at constant risk of injury, affecting cognitive functions, motor skills, and even basic bodily functions like breathing and heart regulation. Secondly, the loss of the skull would necessitate a reimagining of the sensory system. The eyes, ears, and nose would lack their bony protection, making them susceptible to damage and infection. Vision, hearing, and smell could be compromised, diminishing the ability to perceive and interact with the environment effectively. Thirdly, the loss of cranial bones would impact facial structure and expression. The absence of a defined framework would result in a distorted appearance, affecting communication and social interactions. Facial expressions, which play a crucial role in conveying emotions, would likely be altered or limited. Fourthly, the absence of a skull would influence oral health and speech. The teeth rely on the support of the jawbone, which is connected to the skull. Without this support, dental issues could be exacerbated, and speech patterns might be affected due to changes in the oral cavity structure. Fifthly, the lack of a skull could impact the circulatory system. The skull houses various openings through which blood vessels and nerves pass. Without these protective channels, blood flow to and from the brain could be compromised, potentially leading to circulation-related disorders and impairments. Sixthly, the loss of the skull would require a complete reimagining of head and neck movement. The skull provides attachment points for muscles and ligaments that enable movement and stability. Without these attachments, basic actions such as turning the head, nodding, and tilting could be severely restricted. Seventhly, the brain's exposure could lead to increased susceptibility to infections. The skull acts as a barrier against pathogens, and without it, infections like meningitis could pose a constant threat, potentially leading to severe and even fatal consequences. Eighthly, the absence of a skull might necessitate a new means of supporting and protecting the brain. Some form of external support, such as specialized headgear, might become essential for survival, though it would still be challenging to replicate the intricate protection the skull offers. Ninthly, the lack of a skull would likely demand radical changes in lifestyle and behavior. Activities that currently involve the head, such as sports, physical labor, and even simple daily tasks, would need to be carefully rethought to prevent catastrophic injuries. Tenthly, the absence of the skull would drive medical and technological innovation to unprecedented levels. Researchers would have to develop innovative solutions for brain protection, sensory enhancement, and overall well-being. Prosthetics, advanced bioengineering, and medical interventions would likely become essential components of this new reality. 11thly, the exposure of the brain could lead to unique challenges in maintaining cognitive health. The brain's susceptibility to environmental factors and potential neurodegenerative conditions could increase, demanding a heightened focus on brain care and mental well-being. 12thly, the concept of personal identity and body image would undergo